Hey, how's it going? Today I'm talking about why you break down at 8 miles and how to stop it.
This is Running to the Castle, a podcast for injury-prone RunDisney runners on a journey to running magical miles. Join me, Dr. Allie, as I share the secrets I've gathered as a runner, doctor of physical therapy, and coach. You'll learn the exact ways I get my clients to the castle strong without feeling broken or held together with KT tape as they cross the finish line.
Okay, if you've ever been on a long run, you're feeling good the first few miles, only to hit mile 6, 7, 8, and suddenly your body's falling apart. You're definitely not alone. Today, I'm going to explain why this happens and what you can start doing differently to stop it before it starts. So, you know the story. At first, your long run feels great. Your legs are fresh. Your breathing's easy. You are cruising. But then, mile 6, 7, mile 8, something has shifted. Your legs feel heavier. Your feet start slapping the pavement. Your form gets sloppy. Hips swaying, knees buckling, posture collapsing. Your low back might tighten up, and your calves start screaming. Maybe you even need to stop mid-run just to stretch because everything feels tight and locked up. You start slowing down, and it's not because you want to, but because your body just won't let you hold your pace anymore. Mentally, you want to push through, but physically, your body is throwing up warning signs everywhere. After the run, you are sore for days. You need almost a week just to feel like yourself again. But here's the deal. It's not because you're weak, and it's not because you're not tough enough. It's because your body hasn't had enough time to adapt to the stress you're putting on it. And 4 big things are happening around mile 8. Glycogen depletion. Your muscles are running low on fuel, so movement feels heavier and harder. Muscle endurance fatigue. Those small stabilizers around your hips and your knees and your ankles, they're getting tired. Tendon and ligament strain, your joints just aren't absorbing the force like they should. And your nervous system is fatigued. Your coordination slows down and everything feels clumsier. You feel like you just can't coordinate the movements. Here's the mistake a lot of runners make. They cannonball into mileage that their body is not ready for. They go from standing on the edge of the pool to diving headfirst into deep water without giving their body the chance to adapt slowly and safely. And at first, it feels fine. You're adding miles, you're feeling good, but after a few weeks, you crash. And you crash hard because your body didn't have time to adjust to that deeper water. So here's the truth. It's not a toughness problem. It's an adaptation problem. Your body, it's incredible. It can and it will get stronger, but it needs the right environment to do it, not just more pressure and not just more miles. And here's a simple, powerful strategy for avoiding the crash. Dip your toe in. Do not cannonball. When you're building mileage, it's not about diving headfirst into deep water and hoping for the best. It's about easing in, toe first, then shin, then knee, letting your body adjust at every step. Practically, this is what it looks like. You build your miles slowly. You're not stacking on miles too fast. Slowing down your long run pace, which is by about 2 to 3 minutes per mile slower than race pace. And if you've listened to my other episodes, you've heard me talk about actually testing this. So 2 to 3 miles is general, but if you're in Stronger, Faster, Finisher, you know we tested it. Recovering intentionally by inserting regular deload weeks every 5 to 6 weeks to let your body rebuild, and recovering after each workout every week. Real strength doesn't come from pounding your body harder. It comes from respecting the process of adaptation. This is exactly what we build inside Stronger, Faster, Finisher. It's smarter mileage, strategic pacing, purposeful recovery every week, and those deload weeks every 5 to 6 weeks. We don't just add more miles for the sake of it. We build a body that can handle the miles without breaking down at mile 8 or 18 or 24. get you through 48.6 miles in 4 days because you've done it the right way. Crossing the finish line isn't enough. Finishing proud and strong is the real goal. You want to go finish your race and then go on to all of the parks. You don't want to finish the race and then be cooped up in the hotel all day. So like I said, it's like going in the water step by step instead of that cannonball. When you dip your toe in first and let your body adjust to the temperature, you don't get that sudden shock of cold water. When you build up your mileage slowly, you let your body adjust and it doesn't get that sudden shock of miles and the pain that comes with it. This week, you can do 2 things. Check your mileage compared to last week. If you've already downloaded one of my free training plans, your mileage is solid compared to last week, as long as you're not adding extras. And if you aren't following one of my training plans yet, you can check your long run mileage to see if it's a slow increase compared to last week by putting your mileage from last week into your phone calculator and then multiply it by 1.1. Is the number that comes up on the calculator less than, equal to, or more than this week's mileage you have scheduled? If you're doing it right, the number should be less than or equal to the mileage listed on the training plan. The second thing you can do is to do some recovery techniques like stretching for 15 minutes after a run, taking a hot Epsom salt bath for 30 minutes, and taking 2 rest days where you do nothing more than a safari with your dog. Remember when I mentioned those physiological things that are happening in your body that are the reason 8 miles feels awful or impossible? Most of those can be mitigated by recovery techniques like those that I just mentioned. Your body heals when you have structured and strategic rest, and you can avoid overloading your body when you're building mileage slowly. You've heard me talk about balancing things out. The formula to be a finisher, you need to build up your mileage, but you need to balance it out with recovery techniques. Too much mileage, you're going to overload and overtrain your body. Too much rest or recovery, and you're not going to make any progress. So the amount of mileage needs to increase slowly, and the amount of recovery you do needs to balance out and be commensurate with what mileage you just ran. So if you're tired of feeling like your body gives out right when you need it the most, know this: you don't need to be tougher, you need a smarter plan. Remember, dip your toe in, don't cannonball. You've got this. Before you go, if you're feeling nervous about whether you can actually cross the finish line at Dopey, if you've been training hard but still wondering, will I really make it? I want you to know there's a better way. Stronger, Faster Finisher is built for runners just like you. The slow, injury-prone, not really a runner, runners who aren't chasing a podium. You're chasing a personal record in fun. You want those castle photos, those character stops, that pineapple cider at the finish line without feeling broken, defeated, or like you barely survived. Inside Stronger, Faster Finisher, you'll build your training smarter with the right mileage, the right pacing, and the right recovery. So you don't just survive Dopey. You'll finish it strong, proud, and smiling, exactly the way you imagined. The waitlist is now open. You can grab your spot through the link in the show notes. As always, thanks so much for listening. That's all for now. Talk to you soon.